One of the few actors whose fame seems almost coincidental is Cillian Murphy. He has become a worldwide celebrity despite remaining virtually unnoticed in a field that depends on continual exposure. His journey is characterized by years of silent effort, artistic discipline, and an almost unyielding unwillingness to follow Hollywood standards, rather than by sudden success or intentional exposure. Murphy was born in Douglas Cork, Ireland on May 25, 1976, and was raised in a home that placed a high importance on structure and education. His mother was a French teacher, while his father was employed by the Irish Department of Education. The home was creative, but solidity and pragmatism were just as crucial. Murphy never saw acting as a viable professional route, and for a large portion of his early years, he had no plans to appear on stage or screen. His first love was music. He wanted to be a rock musician and established a band with his younger brother when he was a teenager. He wrote songs compulsively, gave performances wherever he could, and envisioned music rather than movies defining the future. He was more motivated by expectations than by a desire to study law at University College Cork. The decision seemed incorrect right away. He didn't know where his life was going, skipped classes, and failed exams. Acting came into his life practically by accident during this uncertain time. He started participating in regional theatre performances and found a way to express himself that was unvarnished, difficult, and very intimate. Acting, in contrast to music, had him face human vulnerability, emotion, and behavior in ways he had never encountered before. The change was not quick, and it was undoubtedly difficult. Murphy's early acting career was characterized by rejection and unstable finances. He earned little money and lived in a precarious situation while working in tiny theatre performances around Cork. There was no assurance that this course would result in anything. While friends chose steady employment, he stayed mired in an uncertain creative endeavor, frequently wondering if he was being reckless or unrealistic. The late 1990 stage performance of Disco Pigs brought him his first significant recognition. Murphy's capacity to fully inhabit a role was demonstrated by the powerful, unsettling, and emotionally taxing performance. After receiving positive reviews, the play was subsequently made into a movie. However, neither quick stardom nor financial security resulted from this recognition. All it did was slightly widen the door. With the release of 28 Days Later in 2002, that door finally opened. Murphy's portrayal of a man awakening by himself in a post-apocalyptic London was understated yet haunting. The film became a cult classic, and audiences were struck by his quiet intensity. Offers started to come in as Hollywood started to pay attention. Many industry observers were taken aback by what transpired. Murphy collaborated with top filmmakers and starred with A-list performers in big studio pictures like Batman Begins and Red Eye. However, he declined to take the prescribed course. He didn't relocate to Los Angeles, surround himself with publicists and agents, or alter his attitude to suit the business. Rather, he went back to Ireland. Murphy prioritized substance over visibility while selecting roles. He became known as a serious and trustworthy actor because of his work with filmmaker Christopher Nolan, especially his recurrent role as Scarecrow in the Dark Knight trilogy. But the work itself continued to take precedence above fame. Murphy lived in an odd place for years, admired but not actively promoted, respected but not really celebrated. With the release of Peaky Blinders in 2013, that drastically changed. Murphy created one of the most recognizable characters on television as Thomas Shelby. Shelby, who was brilliant, damaged, cold, and extremely conflicted, came to represent restraint, anger, and emotional suppression. Murphy became a worldwide star because of the show. His persona influenced fashion trends, his face was featured on billboards, and his performance was constantly scrutinized. However, Murphy stayed away from the celebrity culture even during the peak of Peaky Blinders frenzy. He hardly talked about his personal life, avoided social media, and did few interviews. The role took a big toll behind the scenes. Murphy has acknowledged that it was emotionally draining to spend years in Thomas Shelby's shadow. The long shoots, psychological weight, and constant absorption blurred the line between character and self. He occasionally wondered if the personal expense was worthwhile. His career nevertheless kept moving in the direction of something bigger. Oppenheimer brought about such culmination in 2023. It took both physical and emotional metamorphosis to play J. Robert Oppenheimer. In addition to losing weight and withdrawing from society, Murphy became fully engrossed in the moral struggle and internal breakdown of the character. Murphy's private life contrasts sharply with conventional celebrity tales of the screen. Long before he became well known throughout the world, in 2004 he wed artist Yvonne McGinnis. Unaffected by tabloid drama or public controversies, their relationship has remained steady and quiet. They have 2 sons together, and Murphy has always shielded his family from the spotlight. No public feuds, high-profile heartbreaks, or nasty divorces have occurred. His life's emotional challenges are mostly internal. shaped more by the intensity of his work than by chaos outside. He has discussed the stress of playing demanding roles for long stretches of time, the loneliness of celebrity, and the mental strain of acting. Ironically, the public's curiosity has only grown because of his privacy. His reticence to interact online, his apparent lack of interest in celebrity culture, and his personality are all the subject of fan speculation. Although some have called him remote or aloof, co-workers regularly characterize him as deeply professional, polite, and focused. Murphy has stayed out of significant scandals, but his attitude towards fame has come under fire. He has publicly questioned the worth of celebrity culture, characterizing it as shallow and distracting. He avoids awards campaigning and branding opportunities, choices that have likely delayed recognition but preserved his sense of integrity. His approach to achievement is evident. According to him, fame is a result rather than an accomplishment. He leads a humble life, maintains ties to Ireland, and places a higher value on meaningful work than attention. According to him, acting should be hazardous, uncomfortable, and honest. It loses its function when it starts to focus more on praise than honesty. This way of thinking is reflected in some of his most famous quotes. He has stated that he has never understood or desired popularity, that work must always comes first, and that he is more interested in the reasons behind people's actions than in being admired. These quotes seems more like guiding ideas than sound bites. The narrative of Cillian Murphy is still relevant today because of its subtle disobedience. He opted for moderation in a society that was fixed on exposure. He opted for discipline in an ego-driven field. His success came from having faith in the long game rather than following trends. The world finally caught up with him after years of remaining in the background. When it did, it discovered an artist who had been prepared all along rather than a fake celebrity. Murphy's presence has started to represent something greater than personal achievement in recent years. He is seen by many younger performers as creative, as evidence that one may pursue a fulfilling career without compromising one's moral principles. His trajectory seems almost radical at a time when visibility frequently takes precedence over substance. To stay current, he didn't take advantage of controversy, divulge too much about his personal life, or follow fads. Even today, at the height of his fame, Murphy is still wary of what lies ahead. He has discussed the value of taking a break following emotionally taxing parts and has not demonstrated a sense of haste to take advantage of the award's momentum. He seems intent on selecting work that challenges him rather than flattering him, as opposed to chasing prestige jobs back to back. The public's esteem for him has only grown because of his self-control, supporting the notion that his achievement is deliberate rather than coincidental. Murphy's portrayal of masculinity on cinema is likewise becoming increasingly appreciated. His characters are rarely overbearing or boisterous in the traditional sense. Rather, they are self-reflective, wounded, and ethically torn. Modern audiences, especially those who choose intricacy over spectacle, have found great resonance in this more subdued portrayal. Although it is light, the influence is strong. As his career progresses, Murphy stands out in modern film as a star who never pursued light and a leading man who never sought authority. His tale is about perseverance through integrity rather than transformation by fame. And maybe that's why, despite his slow ascent, it feels so well-deserved. Cillian Murphy's legacy appears certain to endure, steady, somber, and subtly unforgettable, long after fads and more well-known stars fade.